About that whole short video thing. I'm looking at this. 3 minutes remaining, uploading. 3 minutes remaining, uploading. I thought it was going to take a while, because the last time I had to do this was when I think I first moved into this place. Did the same thing, and it was kind of slow uploading files. You know, videos. And it's at 41% now. Just 30, 42, 43. I can live with that, actually. Phone tether, unite. I call on you, phone tether. Pokemon, here to find you. Anyways, listen. So we're driving home from dinner. I was just telling you in my last video, we went out to eat and all that. Then I said, hell, we're by the nice movie theater where we used to live. What if Geostorm's playing? So we went in there. It just started 20 minutes ago. Oh, it's probably just really started right off the preview. So we went in and watched the thing. And it just started probably, we probably missed 5 or 6 minutes. No big deal. But it's getting what I call a little chilly out in Florida. Okay? Give you an idea. What I call chilly. 65 degrees where I'm at. Okay? And when you're on a golf cart flying down the street, that little wind chill's this little extra bonus. And I took these babies, the night vision. Pretty darn clear night. Right now, tonight, finally. Pretty freaking clear night. The clouds, barely any at all. Mostly clear above where I live. And we're driving home. I'm looking off to the left. I mean, I see stars in the sky, but not many, with the naked eye. And I see this brilliant light, not too far from the house. It's not moving. At one point, it looked like there was a couple flashing lights around it, and I thought those could be helicopters. If they are, there's 2 of them. One's on this side, one's on the other side. But I'm driving. I can't stop and look to see what's really happening. So I'm just kind of doing one of these numbers. You'll look to the left. Okay, keep driving. Look to the left. Okay. And that thing is just not moving. It's not flashing. And it's quite a brilliant light, pretty damn brilliant, and it's just not moving. I'm like, oh, I don't recall seeing that ever over here, Hey, I'm almost home. Let me run out in the golf cart, go to my little man cave or the crypto cave, grab those night vision goggles, fly down the end of my street, and see if I can see that sucker. And I'll be damned, there's nothing there. Son of a gun, I wanted to see what the hell it was through the night vision. But since I got the things on, let me take a look around at the sky. Let me tell you something. Holy crap. The amount of stars. If anybody out there thinks, oh, well, God, the Bible and God says we're only, only people on earth. Or whatever your religious view is on that. I'm going to have to slap you upside the head. The amount of stars I just saw on that damn thing alone, much less the research I've done, of course, tells me that there's freaking life elsewhere. Okay, let's just be real here. Can we be real? It was incredible. And I've got this security camera that I thought I would be able to use right here. Works very well, Amcrest. These are real good cameras. Even taking this and the eyepiece comes off, the little rubber on the night vision comes off. I had them literally touching touching it. And it was still, I guess just because of the type of lens that's on here, more of a wider view and, zoomed all the way out kind of a thing. And it doesn't zoom, really, at all. So I could actually see the eyepiece of the night vision through the camera. And then you could see the green, whatever it's looking through, the little green color. I don't want to see the eyepiece. I need to, we don't need this. You don't want to see this. You want to see this. You know what I mean? So I'm looking at all this stuff and realizing I need a different camera than that. That one's not going to cut it. That particular one. It's too bad, by the way, because I'm ready to. I got my little wood piece made for the thing to mount on. I'm ready to go, and it fit good on that one actually. So, anyways, so what is this? Oh, I guess what I'm saying is we're getting close to some night vision, and the fact that it's 65, not a mosquito in sight, even kind of close to me. Outside completely. And I'm thinking, got the little wood burn pile over there, boy. Make a nice little bonfire. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I should, hell, what about a live stream? Live stream bonfire. Jason at Forest House. Right? Wouldn't that be kind of weird but cool at the same time? Zero Hedge. It's a huge story. China, remember the petrodollar? China launching Petroyuan in 2 months. Really? The World Bank's former chief economist wants to replace the US dollar with a single global supercurrency, saying it will create a more stable global financial system. The dominance of the greenback is the root cause of global financial and economic crises, Justin Yifu Lin told Bruegel, a Brussels-based policy research think tank. The solution to this is to replace the national currency with a global currency, he said. Once again, 1988 cover, Economist magazine, 2018, get ready for a new world currency. Remember the gold coin around the neck of the bird? The phoenix rising from the ashes of burning paper dollars? Pen in the phoenix currency around 2018, the article went on to say. 2018, you don't say. Former World Bank dude. We need a world currency, he just says. The writing is on the wall for dollar hegemony. As Russian President Vladimir Putin said almost 2 months ago during the BRICS summit in Yemen, Russia shares the BRICS countries' concerns over the unfairness of the global financial and economic architecture, which does not give due regard to the growing weight of the emerging economies. We are ready to work together with our partners to promote international financial regulation reforms and to overcome the excessive domination of the limited number of reserve currencies. Hint, hint, the US dollar as a reserve currency. As Pepe Escobar recently noted, to overcome the excessive domination of the limited number of reserve currencies is the politest way of stating what the BRICS have been discussing for years now, how to bypass the US dollar as well as the petrodollar. Beijing is already ready to step up the game. Soon China will launch a crude oil futures contract priced in yuan. This means that Russia, as well as Iran, the other key node of Eurasia integration, may bypass U.S. sanctions by trading energy in their own currencies or in yuan. Inbuilt in the move is a true Chinese win-win. The yuan, according to some, will be fully convertible into gold on both the Shanghai and Hong Kong exchanges. Now, what did Lindsey Williams say the other day? Do not worry about China. Their currency is not, we're not using their currency. It's not going to replace the dollar. Not anytime soon. That's what he said. Does remain to be seen, though. The new triad of oil, yuan, and gold is actually a win-win-win. No problem at all if energy providers prefer to be paid in physical gold instead of yuan. The key message is the US dollar being bypassed. What did the Webbot say many years ago? Death of the dollar. How many Webbot reports have been created over the years? A lot. In practically each and every one, there was some section in there, one way or the other, about the death of the dollar. The language has always been in there. And here we have it. Seems like it's coming to a little bit of a climax, possibly. I don't know exactly how soon, but it sounds like, again, the rest of the world's leaving us behind. They don't care about us. We're working with Russia, China, the BRICS nations. Like I said the other day, and every other time I mention this, we're not invited. We're not part of the BRICS nations. We don't get to have a say in anything. I mean, we could just put sanctions on these people, and then they say, oh, well, we're tired of your stupid sanctions, and we're going to go around you. What, you're going to bully us? We won't play in your ball field. We'll go play on our own. Yeah, we understand it's your property. Have a nice day. Play by yourself. Oh. Anyways. China's plans for oil futures trading go back more than 2 decades, with the government introducing a domestic crude contract back in 1993 and stopping a year later amid an overhaul of its energy industry. But in 2013, we first hinted at the birth of the Petroyuan was looming, and they have a link here to their article that said they did. In doing so, China is effectively lobbying the first shot across the bow of the petrodollar system, and more importantly, the key support of the USD in the international arena, setting the scene for the Petroyuan. And now we are within 2 months of it becoming a reality as China prepares to roll out a yuan-denominated oil contract within the next 2 months. Approval of the trading rules by the securities regulator marks the clearance of a major hurdle toward launch of the contract. The latest rules raised entry threshold for investors from the draft rules, which shows the government wants to avoid volatility when it first starts trading. Which, according to Adam Levinson, the hedge fund manager at Graticool Asset Management in Asia, will be a wake-up call for investors who haven't paid attention to the plans. One of the reasons old Snippy comes out here and does these videos, to keep people aware of what in the hell is happening in the world. I try to find the most important things to talk about. Some days they may not be real important. Sometimes there are really important ones. I'll tell you, this is a pretty big development, which is why I'm reading it to you. Bedtime Stories with Jason at 4. Or maybe I'm getting you up for your morning trek to work. A yuan-denominated oil contract will be a huge story in the fourth quarter. The contract is a hedging tool for Chinese oil companies. We're convinced Chinese oil companies will be anchor investors in the Aramco IPO. All of which, again, this is Saudi Arabia, the Aramco thing, making deals again. It was nice knowing you guys for 30, 40 years, America, but we're going over here now. We see the writing on the wall. Have a nice day. That's essentially what Saudi Arabia is doing. And of course, Clinton's not in power now. Those are her best friends. So, all of which fits the recent comments and actions from Russian and Venezuelan officials. Venezuela is going to implement a new system of international payments and will create a basket of currencies to free us from the dollar, President Maduro said in a multi-hour address to a new legislative superbody. He reportedly did not provide details of this new proposal. Maduro hinted further that the South American country would look to using the yuan instead, among other currencies. If they pursue us with the dollar, we'll use the Russian ruble, the yuan, yen, the Indian rupee, the euro, Maduro also said. Additionally, Levinson warns Washington that besides serving as a hedging tool for Chinese companies, the contract will aid a broader Chinese government agenda of increasing the use of the yuan in trade settlement, and thus the acceleration of de-dollarization and the rise of the Petroyuan, or yuan, excuse me. I don't think there's any doubt we're going to see use of the renminbi in reserves go up substantially. Again, the renminbi is the same Chinese currency. Levinson was even more sanguine about China's growing credit exposure. While Chinese debt to GDP continues to rise, we note that Chinese sovereign credit risk has collapsed to 9-year lows. Which, as Levinson notes, all the issues in China are occurring without fully understanding the asset side of the balance sheet. He is not concerned about China credit issues in the near term, defining the near term as the next 2 years, as the capacity of the sovereign to deal with an issue should it occur is pretty significant and therefore important, which appears to the market's perspective as China is now the least risky relative to U.S. in 4 years. Finally, while he is less concerned about China's credit, Levinson warns that the lack of volatility as stocks and bonds rally is the scariest part of global markets. If I am concerned about anything, it's where the level of implied volatility trades, Levinson said in an interview in Singapore on Tuesday. It is extremely low. If there is something to be concerned about in global markets, it's the endogenous level of where implied volatility is trading. Small market declines could escalate quickly, he said. You don't know when an event or an issue is going to present itself, he said, but when it does, the nature of the volatility construct in markets today is such that if you have a modest correction, it will turn into a much more severe one in a short period of time because of the entrenched structural short selling of volatility. Any increase in market turbulence could trigger dramatic selling, and the biggest of those events could be a broader adoption of China's Petroyuan contract, as Levinson says, will be a huge story in Q4. China is leaving us behind. Russia is working with them. Again, BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, Singapore. I mean, a bunch of countries. There's more than just that that's working with them. They're having these meetings in forums. They've been doing this for the last few years. And never, not even once, did I notice someone from America over there as part of it. Oh yeah, we're all holding hands, taking pictures. We're going to, work together in the future. They got all these leaders. Ain't nobody over there from America. Nope. And I'm doing videos back then telling you guys, hey, look at this. There's something to this. And what would you do if you're one of these countries? Oh, you don't play ball with America, which might mean corruption in your country and you don't want to play ball. Oh, you're not going to work with our elite? Well, sanctions. Oh, your dollar's crashing today. Oh, what a shame. Right? We control the Forex markets. We control the oil markets. We control the commodities, of course. Same thing. Oil, commodities, all of them. The stock market, Fed pumping it up, right? We control everything. You don't play ball, your dollar goes down. I just read yesterday, I think it was yesterday, either this morning or yesterday, that somebody from Turkey wasn't issued, some diplomat wasn't issued like an ID or passport, some crap. Oh, the Turkish currency is down today on news that this one guy didn't get his passport thing, whatever the hell it was. Are you kidding me? An entire country's currency is slightly devalued, noticeably though, devalued, because of a foreign minister or whatever that didn't get his proper ID from, was rejected by the U.S. or whatever. We control everything. We use it as a tool. Take care.